Gentlemen and female gentlemen, I come with you today with my glorious co-host of the Unhinged podcast, Hermes. Bro, you don't understand. It took us like an hour to just start recording because she did not stop yapping. She was doing...
It's not my fault.
Yeah,
he talks to me once a fucking week, and then he's all surprised that I'm like, so how's your life?
Yeah, but you don't understand. But the conversation takes so long. I know that I can't talk to you any other times because I don't got the time for it to invest. It's an investment.
Have you seen my newest video? I literally took the 6 minutes of what Tyler 1 was talking about in regards to the WoW situation. I turned it into an hour and fucking 40-minute video, but it got cut down to like an hour.
Good
for the
point.
Sanity
That is what they call insanity. But on today's menu for insanity, we are diving into the Assassin's Creed Shadows controversy.
He just told me about this like 2 seconds ago.
I told you this last week. It was in the last episode, okay? I also reminded you in the middle of the week multiple times, and here we are today.
Chat, defend me, our community chat.
They're not gonna
conversation. Comments down below. Defend me, please. Beg.
I don't care. I raised an army of misogynists. They will not. They will not defend. Okay, that's not right. I'm gonna look down. They're all just gonna be like, "Women, get back in the kitchen, make us a sandwich." Yeah. So anyway, the reason why we have Hermes here is because
he's a little bitch.
Because trying to break this off would be too complicated. All right, let's be real here.
Yeah, it's blackmail.
Yeah. So, and secondly, she is a god gamer, a pro gamer. She plays lots of games all the time. Link her stuff in the description if you are not of the faint of heart. But I have bullet points. I have prepared. We will be covering every bit of controversy in the Assassin's Creed Shadows shit since the very beginning to the real modern day stuff and to the leaks. There are internal leaks at Ubisoft that they have told directly things to me as well as several other people as far as the shit that's going on in the company. And I love downfalls, and I'm very excited to see Ubisoft completely die.
Ubisoft has been on his downfall for like 10 years now.
Ubisoft don't get me hard, that's for sure.
Damn.
Yeah, they have been on their like actual downward spiral for a long time. So if you want to watch specific parts of this video, I will be having chapters in the description so you can scroll around to what you want to see specifically. But oh my god, there is so many leaks that I'm excited to cover.
I don't know any of the leaks.
I know. That's why it's perfect. I'm going to be explaining them to you and to the audience at the same time.
This is actually why I keep Nux around, because he has like every single connection in the fucking world. So if I ever need anything, I'm like, Nux, let me use and abuse you for your connections. And then he tells me no.
I keep him for the Jewish cabal.
Yep, pretty much. And then he keeps saying no to me, so this is quite the conundrum I'm facing.
I've developed the ability to say no to women. It happens naturally. Like, I don't even hear what they say
No,
at
you
this
haven't.
point.
No, you haven't. No, you haven't. You've learned the ability to say no to me, which is a step in the right direction, but I am a very specific kind of female, so... But don't let it fool you guys.
With so much pride.
Of course. Of course. It takes a lot to be a female like me.
Yeah. Anyway... To start things off, Assassin's Creed is a franchise that in my humble opinion, fell off a lot. Have you played any of the old Assassin's Creeds?
Yeah, I played like the first 3, and then I feel like it fell off, and I stopped playing it.
Okay, all right.
So like I played like 20 years ago.
The same analysis. All right, let's go. So
I know people have said that like the next 3, like 4, 5, and 6 had a really good story, and I was like, the only one that I feel like I've heard people say it has had a good story is the Pirate Run or whatever.
Yeah, that was the last good Assassin's Creed, as far as I understand.
Yeah, that's what everybody's been saying. But like, I literally haven't played. I haven't played a Ubisoft game in a lifetime.
Just looking at like the lore of the different games and the stories, like the first bunch are like so intricate and interesting with so many mysteries and curiosities about the world. The characters are cool. And then it just becomes generic slop gods fighting. And it's like, oh, Lord, this is about assassins, Templars, trying to change and manipulate the events from the shadows. That's like the whole shtick. And it's like, no, Norse gods are fighting.
Yeah, what if I want Norse gods? I'll go play God of War. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, because I think this is like, it's a sensationalism thing that every franchise feels like they need to one-up themselves with every game. So originally it's just parkour, and then it's parkour with like ninja weapons, then it's parkour with ninja weapons with psychic abilities, and then you're fighting gods. Well, then it's gods. Gods fighting. Ragnarok 2.
Because, like, here's the thing. Assassin's Creed... Oh, yeah, here's gonna be my take. Assassin's Creed has such a good, like, foundation to actually be not... Again, let me emphasize this. Not to have outside politics forcing their, like, viewpoints into the game, but, like, a good story about, like, politics. You're a fucking assassin.
Dude,
your job is to literally
we have fallen off so hard. It used to be about interesting politics inside game worlds, like, you know, The Witcher, right? Geralt or Metal Gear or whatever, like actual fascinating
was so good.
politics inside game worlds, and it's literally devolved to pushing modern day politic talking points
I hate
just
it so much.
into video games where it doesn't fit, where it shouldn't be there, and it's obviously just for like random propagandizing.
It drives me nuts, this, like, nuance of different looking. How many times I've heard people be like, yeah, but, you know, social or politics in games, Metal Gear Solid. I'm like, yes, if the story is about politics, and it's well written, it's fine. But when it's, like, outside political forces trying to force their views into the game, that's not okay. But if the story
what a fantastic
is
segue. Truly a wonderful segue, because Assassin's Creed Shadows is falling off because of a fundamental hypocrisy at the very heart of this game. And it'll come out, and then Ubisoft will die, and then we'll do another episode. It'll be great. So,
I really wish I could see the financials of Ubisoft. I kid you not. I
just
swear
look at
every
stock.
year.
Their stocks literally drop by like 50%. They're cooked.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So the hypocrisy at the heart of Assassin's Creed Shadows is the reason why they're doing Assassin's Creed taking place in Japan is because they care about Japanese culture very, very much, and they want to show you a beautiful, you know, Edo period of Japan and what a wonderful culture there in like the 1500s.
Okay, but it's an Assassin's Creed game. It should be about, like,
now the hypocrisy is the main character is Yasuke, a black samurai.
Mm-hmm.
There was no such Yasuke black samurai character. There was a guy Yasuke. He was like a servant, but like they're talking about like historical accuracy. Anyway, Yasuke the black samurai secretly saved Japan, and it's like, bro, dog, this is like an obvious DEI push for like a diverse character. Like you don't have to make a historical video game. You can make a video game about fucking monkeys, okay, if you want. You can make Black Myth Wukong 2.
Whoa. What is your YouTube or your Google history look like if you're fucking monkeys? I'm confused.
No, not that kind. Oh my god, fuck.
You said it.
Dude, I'm thinking about another way you could take this out of context. That like you're gonna take this from like a racist place, but that's what I meant. I meant Black Myth Wukong. Okay, that game did good.
Actual monkeys.
And Black Myth Wukong not historically accurate.
Oh my gosh.
Don't want to break it to you. All right?
No, I'm gonna get the fucking. Oh my jeez.
Yeah. Anyway, I've said worse. So the point is, the hypocrisy at the core of this game. DEI main character. Black samurai that saved Japan, Yasuke, but also simultaneously they're doing this because they care so much and so deeply about Japanese culture. This is where the culture war began.
Yeah, because, like, isn't, like, the age of ninjas and assassins back in fucking Japan time was pretty brutal, right? Correct me if I'm... Like, so, I don't think any assassin truly saved anything. They pretty much just killed the people they were told to kill.
He was a samurai. No, but the point is, like, I'm sure that some samurais did definitely, you know, affect, you know, Japanese politics and how things went. There were definitely some heroic samurai characters. But, dog, Yasuke the Black Samurai that saved Japan, like, come on, man. Historians are literally coming out of the woodwork to blast Ubisoft. It ended up happening that, allegedly, Ubisoft paid historians to say that, no, it is very feasible that Yasuke was, in fact, the samurai that was saved Japan. I don't know. Like, you don't understand. It's insane.
I mean,
now, there's two main characters for Assassin's Creed Shadows. One is Yasuke, Black Samurai. Yeah. The other one is Naue, a female ninja.
That's crazy.
It's especially crazy because female ninjas weren't around in the 1500s.
Oh, that's even historically accurate, guys.
Yeah, historically accurate. That's what they do it because they care so much about the culture and not at all about grandstanding and virtue signaling.
Like, Yeah, seriously, I think the fucking core of all the issues in this regard is the fact that they're trying to stand on this like this pedestal of saying that it's all historically accurate, right? Because like Ninja Gaiden has female assassin like female ninjas and nobody's batting an eyelash because
Because they
Ninja
never
Gaiden
claim
isn't
to
trying.
be
Yeah,
historically accurate.
exactly,
No one cares
exactly.
about
Like
that.
they're literally not trying to grandstand and being like historically accurate. There's monster. There was a time in Japanese history when monsters ruled the world, and there was like
It's fiction.
what
It's obviously
just
fiction.
yeah, like I don't get this whole thing where like why I just don't understand. Like I don't understand this whole giant push
It's
of
a
being like
dude.
what be like it's historically accurate. You could have literally just said Ubisoft. You could have literally just been like it's fiction. It's fiction.
I mean,
We decided
the
we
reason
wanted a
why
black
they
guy.
have an issue
Like
with that, the reason why they can't do that so easily is because you're forgetting something else very important here.
what?
There are some companies that are dying, and they don't actually have the ability to create anything new that'll actually get eyeballs. You don't want another Concord situation. So they just build shit on old IPs. This IP is Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed is, obviously, it's not historically accurate. There's fucking gods and shit and whatever. But it's based into history. Like, if you look at the Assassin's Creeds in Italy, you know, there was a pope, there were Templars or whatever, there was like a secret society. Like, they built it into the historical facts and, you know, theories about what actually went around back then. Obviously it wasn't all like super accurate, but they didn't take actual historical characters and completely swap them around, claim that it was fitting into history, and then just completely change around just what the actual culture is. Honestly, that's more disrespectful to the culture than anything else. They're like trying to have their cake and eat it. On the one hand, oh, we respect Japanese culture so much. On the other hand, yeah, black samurai that saved Japan and female ninja.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a fucking movie term for all that. It's called based on true events. Like, not actually, like they, not about the most recent one. I'm talking about the Templar one that you were talking about earlier and stuff like that. Like, you literally could be like, it's based on true events, but it's not a true story kind of thing.
Right, of course.
Which,
now
like
obviously, I don't think anyone actually wants Assassin's Creed to necessarily be like a retelling of history. But to actually claim that it's historically accurate and simultaneously take things that are not historically accurate based on that time period, then what are you doing? What are you doing?
You're crashing.
It's obviously posturing.
Yeah. I'm curious too, because I'm pretty sure Assassin's Creed is like a book too, isn't it?
I have no idea.
Or maybe it's just like Tom Clancy. Because I know Tom Clancy did Rainbow Six. And that's fallen pretty far from its like original source material.
Not to be confused with his estranged brother Dan Clancy, who runs a terrorist brothel on Twitch.
You are trying to get me. You are trying to get me. They're gonna look at that. They're gonna be like, "This girl is. Oh my! This is it. This is. See, you guys. I'm sitting here. I'm over here broadcasting that I'm gonna assassinate Nux real time, and he's over here trying to assassinate, backstab my career." Let's not forget that.
I would never backstab your career. Now, anyway,
sure.
Speaking of historical inaccuracies, there are a lot more. Like, this is just the incredibly basic, superficial stuff. But once people started looking into that, because instead of Ubisoft just saying, yeah, obviously we're taking liberties here. No, they doubled down and tripled down, saying, you don't know that he wasn't this black samurai fucking saved Japan. Like... And then more and more issues kept popping up. Like, for example, there's a screenshot of the game where Yasuke is wearing, like, solid gold armor. What? Dog! Solid like gold armor is worth more. It's worth more than the full estate of a regional lord at that time in Japan. You think that Yasuke... Again, not trying to be racist here, but they were pretty racist in the 1500s in Japan. You think Yasuke's walking around with solid gold armor? Also, gold is literally, it's not a sturdy material, and it's expensive, and it's heavy.
Yeah, it's heavy as fuck, and an extremely soft metal. You would never use that as it's literally meant to be like jewelry, not armor.
Obviously. and it's like layers on layers of this. Like, for example, there's like a screenshot in the game where they had watermelons and cherry blossoms in the same scene. Dog, watermelons and cherry blossoms are not in the same season. They're in different seasons.
The watermelon scandal is returned?
It is. It's watermelon gate all over again.
That's
but bro,
crazy.
They're not in the same season. Do like basic research. And you want to know some even more basic research?
And he knows for a fact because he's a watermelon seed advocate. He 100%. Loves to eat watermelon seeds. So he knows
I'll be real here. I may not have done my parents proud by not going to med school and becoming a YouTuber instead. But I do my fucking research when it comes to shitting on idiots on the internet.
Yes, right, did you get disowned? Did you get disowned? Do we need to talk about that?
No, we don't. Let's not talk about that.
Are you sure?
Let's not.
You need a hug.
Yes, let's not talk about that.
Okay. Okay.
Another funny thing about this specific instance, because again, I told you I did some good research for this one. Watermelons.
One of us had to.
Yeah, true. Watermelons were not introduced to Japan in the 1500s. It was like this is taking place 100 years before watermelons were even introduced to Japan. And bro, they put watermelons in the game with a black guy. Look, I'm not saying it's coming from a racist place, but they literally bent physics and time around this shit. Like, guys, it's humiliating.
Yeah. So literally the core of all this is Ubisoft shouldn't have been trying to fucking sit on a high pedestal and proclaim that everything is stupidly historically accurate, and because they keep doubling, tripling down on the fact that, oh no, it is, and then it's like, because I don't.
And then you find more and more obvious, glaring, exceedingly obvious issues in the game.
Yeah.
Like if it is historically accurate, it just goes to show that the people that
didn't do any research.
Didn't do the research. They got French Canadians researching Japanese culture. Like, bro, is this really, like, what are you doing, man? Like, come on, dude. Like, it's humiliating. Like, these are the people that are supposedly, they care so much about other cultures. They're all about diversity and inclusivity and DEI hiring and all that. And they completely and utterly butcher the culture of the people that they're supposed to be talking about.
I think that does so much more damage too. Like at the end of the day, because again, especially with gamers, like as long as it's a good game, good story, good mechanics, like it doesn't even have to be like the trifecta of everything. It's literally just like take your time, do your research, and make a good product. And we really don't care about the nitpickiness of everything, but it is the fact that they're constantly sitting here trying to grandstand on this idea that it's lore accurate, it's history accurate, and then we are wrapped up in the same fucking thing that's going on in the entire span of this timeline, which is people are saying blatant lies and telling us that what we know is like we're all fucking morons. It's like, no, you're wrong. And we're like,
you're not just wrong. You're not just wrong. You're racist too. Because if you hate this, it means you just hate black people. And you just hate that there's a character like Yasuke in the game. That's the annoying part. It comes from like such a much more evil, emotionally blackmaily, evil, weaponized perspective of, you're complaining? You're racist. We're not going to listen to you. You're a Nazi.
Yeah.
Oh, your criticism? Not valid because you're a Nazi. It's like, dog. Yeah. No one's criticism is valid if you're just going to label everyone like that, and you're going to end up producing slop, and Ubisoft is going to die, and I'm going to cheer. Well, I'm just saying. I'm in a much better spot than Ubisoft right now.
Yeah, I do feel really bad for like Ubisoft fans because like Ubisoft, the foundation of Ubisoft really, no, I mean like gamers and stuff, because Ubisoft came from like really good foundation. Like they made really, really good games in the very beginning. And listen, as somebody who I play Blizzard games, I've watched the rise and fall of Blizzard over and over again. And there's a certain like sensation you get when you really, really enjoy a game, you really enjoy the foundation of a game, and you see there's so much potential, and all the company has to do is like some simple bullshit, like in Ubisoft's case, stop fucking claiming it's like historically accurate and all this other stuff. Just pour your passion and make a good game again. And like you sit there as a player and you're just like, it shouldn't be rocket science. Please fix your shit. But then these companies keep shoving you down this like fucking tunnel that you're like, stop. Like, we want to love this game. There's so much potential in this game.
I want it to fail. I want to laugh at the failure. I prefer a good failure. I'll be real.
Well, yeah, of course you do. I mean, you have a low bar, so it's okay.
Let me explain something. All right. If the game is better than an 8 out of 10, I'm happy. And I like the game.
Well, that's gonna be. Well, then congratulations. If all the gaming journalists are gonna say that it's gonna be above an 8 out of 10.
If it's below an 8 out of 10, than I'd prefer if it was just like a complete glorious like Concord level failure. I literally get more enjoyment from that shit. It's I know. I'm not saying what the average person wants to hear, but I am being honest. So I have a scale, okay? It's a scale from 1 to 10. All right, 1 is an obvious disaster, 10 is a masterpiece. All right, and then 5 you got in the middle. That's just a mid game.
Yeah.
That 5 is the worst. 5 is the worst score a game could get on the Nuxometer rating system. All right, because if it's a 5 out of 10, it is peak boring. If it's 2 out of 10, it's entertaining downfalls, and if it's 8 out of 10, it's a great game. So I want to see games closest to the extremes. All right, that's what I want. I want a $400 million downfall like Concord. That's what I want.
See, I don't look at it that way. I see literal like I like watching B-rated movies. Like, I know when I go into, like, a bad game or a bad, like, movie or something, I like to go in there and giggle about it. Because I'm like, this is so silly. I grew up on a lot of B-rated movies because there was a time and place where literally, well, I mean, I went through a generation of B-rated movies because there was a time and place when Hollywood tried to adapt pretty much every single video game into a movie, and it was hilariously atrocious. It was hilarious, and you knew it was gonna be bad, but you went in there and you could giggle about it. You could have fun about it. Like I don't mind like the average or even like the below average. I do have a massive problem.
When it's movies, I'm more inclined to say that, you know, B-rated average is okay, because when it comes to movies, I'm actually sitting through that shit. I don't play the 1 out of 10. I didn't play Concord. I just like the downfall of Concord. I like the concept
I do have a big problem. Like, if somebody pours their heart and soul into a game and the game just is bad, I think that's okay, because everybody has to start somewhere. But because I play a lot of indie games too, right? Like, not every indie game is a gem beyond gems kind of thing. And like, but you can genuinely feel when somebody cared about it. Like, they really genuinely tried their best, and everybody's not fucking Picasso right off the bat. Like, they have to start somewhere. But it's when there's these scenarios where it happens all the time in like AAA games, like the Ubisoft situation, where it's like, you are a company that is pouring billions of fucking dollars, or yeah, that's a huge over exaggeration, a shit ton of money into a product, and you literally somehow, it's almost legendary, really. You somehow manage
generational failures.
Yeah, you somehow managed to use that money to rip out people's passion for the video game. You literally find yourself a team of people that have no passion, or at least you smother it with your fucking briefcases of money, and you're like, they say something, they're like, hey, this would be really cool, and they're like, no, how dare you have a creative thought in that skull of yours? You must be part of this. It's so fucking annoying. It's so annoying. I'm like, stop.
Nah, and bro, you're looking at this from the wrong perspective. The world is a stage of entertainment. You gotta get entertained by this shit. If this demoralizes you, then you're cooked.
Oh, no, I'm never demoralized. Don't misunderstand. Whenever I see something that's like, I just have a little empathy for the situation.
Yeah, but empathy for who? Like, let me
for all the people that were gamers and passionate about these products. Let me be honest.
If you are passionate about a company, then you're a loser. If you're passionate about a franchise, then I respect you.
Yeah,
all right?
I am passionate about. Okay. Yeah, I am passionate about an IP and what an IP could become, and all the gamers
but
who
an
also
IP is not Ubisoft. An IP is not Blizzard. An IP could be Assassin's Creed. Maybe you're sad Assassin's Creed is dog shit now. Maybe that's true.
Well, that's exactly it.
If you're sad about Ubisoft's downfall, then honestly, you're on the wrong boat. You should be cheering. Let these people suffer, and let people actually realize you have to make good games instead of just random virtue signal posturing. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean,
I think the downfalls are healthy, because if everything succeeds, you're just gonna get slop. You need a 400 million Concord disaster.
Yeah, well,
to pave the way for an Elden Ring.
Yeah, hopefully, because those are two different companies. So
yeah, I'm aware. But eventually, the pendulum's gonna swing, and it's gonna look up. I'm telling you, you gotta love the downfalls like you love the successes.
Yeah, I mean, I do feel bad. Like, I do have empathy for the situation, no matter what, because, like, at the end of the day, especially coming from, like, someone like me, I've watched a lot with Blizzard. Ups and down, ups and down. Blizzard is the company that makes the games that I love. So, yes, there is a level of, like, and even farther than that, I hate always generalizing because I feel like, especially in today's day and age, everybody loves to generalize and people forget that there's smaller cogs in the bigger machine. Like there are probably, I mean, genuinely speaking, there are probably people in Ubisoft, like developers, that really, really are passionate about the game and really do care about it. But then there's like some fucking middle management bullshit bureaucracy happening that's like, no, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. No, we have to cut costs. And like, so I feel I have empathy for those people that still do have heart and soul in these products. But
you're moving goalposts. I'm sorry. You are.
But that's the root. No, that's the root cause. Like that's the root problem that we are facing. Yeah, it is.
Disagree.
Like,
Disagree.
Oh yeah, because you're the Jewish one with money. Like, listen.
What? Whoa! You just dropped that here? Oh my god.
You're the one that's like, it's never the money's fault.
It's never the money's fault. What does that have to do with it? What are you even talking about? Money happens to be pretty great. I'll take some more of it if you're offering. But no, I completely disagree vehemently with your statement. No offense, but while I will have
don't bitch out. Don't bitch out. Say offense included. Don't say no offense. Be like, bitch, I'm trying to offend you fundamentally. Come on, show a set of balls, my friend. Let's go.
Bitch, you're stupid and obtuse. Listen
there
up.
We go. That's what I'm talking about. Sit down
and open your bitch ears and listen for just a second, okay? With all due respect, not much respect due, but with all the respect that would be due.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the company Ubisoft, zero empathy, let them fucking fry, all right? You are talking about poor individuals that are working at Ubisoft that are having their dreams crushed. Totally separate goalpost moving discussion that's happening. You know what? I feel bad for the janitors at Ubisoft. Imagine being a janitor at Ubisoft. His dream is to make games, and now he's cleaning floors. That's so sad. I'm not talking.
What if his? Well, how dare you say that?
I'm using it as an analogy.
Maybe
it's an
the janitor's dream is to be a janitor.
No,
you ever think?
No, janitors want to be janitors. Okay,
you
janitors want to make
that.
money. That's why they're doing janitor work, which they don't want to do.
Maybe somebody just wants to hang
Any janitors
out
watching
and live
this?
A chill voice.
Any janitors watching this right now? I love and support you. You're obviously
janitors?
You obviously have dreams in other areas as well. I hope you could do. You use your janitor job as a springboard to get to greater heights.
Janitors are see, this is two different walks of life. You don't understand. Janitors are the corpo version of a bartender in a bar. They hear everything. You want some details.
Not shitting on janitors. It's not the dream job.
They know
but
everything.
That they do. They're pretty OP. But the point I'm trying to make is when you're witnessing something like this, you can't, in my opinion, literally just feel bad for individuals that are probably getting fucked over in these situations. Because you're always going to have people at all different levels of every food chain and every company that you'll have a corrupt ass company doing evil shit, and you'll probably have some innocent people on the inside. Now I feel bad for this company going down because of the innocent people. No. Let him cook. Let him fry.
Here's the thing.
Sorry for collateral damage.
I think there is a difference in our perspective, though, because I can have empathy for somebody and still understand that, like, a downfall is needed or, like, bad things are going to happen. Like, I can feel bad and be like, oh, yeah, but you be... No, I'm not, because I always do
will feel bad for an individual that gets fucked over, every single one. But
well,
it doesn't even enter the conversation at this point.
Well, I do think it is like an important caveat though, because at the end of the day, everybody wants, like, I think Ubisoft needs a huge restructuring. If
Ubisoft needs to die.
Bye. That's true. That could, I mean, to be fair, probably needs to. But
we rebrand Ubisoft to Me Be Hard, and it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, cause this is gaming culture has went through a shit ton of ups and downs. Every single major company has had a dark history. Like, you buy a fucking iPhone nowadays or an Android and it's like there's fucking human slave labor involved. Like, yes, I get it. Like
True. What's your point?
my point is I can have empathy for the people, but I'm still not discarding the fact that yes, that's not me having empathy for somebody isn't me saying the company should just go on the rampage and still keep destroying people's loves and dreams. No, like the company definitely needs to fall. Like,
all right, let's go. We're on the same
or
page.
rebranded.
I just think that you don't like you shove in like the empathy bit, and I think it's two separate discussions. I feel bad for you know what? I'll be honest. I feel bad for people working at Ubisoft that are just losing their jobs, and now they're not going to know what to do, and they're going to need to find a new job. Sure, I'll feel bad for those guys, but honestly, sorry, the tower needs to crumble.
Yeah.
And if it does, I will be there to laugh at it. Sorry.
Yeah, because, like, here's the thing. Like,
damage.
I feel like right now, especially right now, we live in this time where everything is about the extreme. Like somebody says Ubisoft is evil and they like fundamentally can't differentiate the idea that like they genuinely think every single person in Ubisoft is pure evil. And I'm like, that's not how that works.
Obviously, I don't think that is the case. And I'm not going to hear that somebody works at Ubisoft and immediately think less of them. But I am going to say I do love... To harken back to your Jew comments, I am going to say that if you're going to make a game that people don't want to pay for, you're going to go broke. Fuck you. You failed.
Absolutely.
L.
Especially in the gamer world. Like, it's
sad.
No.
In every world. That's how accurate. A healthy system works. You make a product, people pay for the product if it's worth it. If it's not worth it, they don't pay for it. You die.
Yep.
Welcome to life.
I mean, yeah. Absolutely. Like, if you don't make a good product.
World of capitalism. And you know what? It forces people to make good products. And if they don't make good products, well, then no one's going to buy them. And they'll go to someone else who is making good product.
Yep, exactly. And there's like there's like the Rowan game that came out recently and Ghost of something that came out like 10 years ago or whatever. Yeah, like there's and you are right on that part. Like, if you don't make a good and that's part of the frustration, right? Like, they can't make a good product, probably because they're cutting costs, and they're not producing a good product. So then they're
cutting costs. I'll be real. And then I don't even think it's costs. You see how much they spend. They spend hundreds of millions of dollars on these games.
Yeah, it's kind of insane.
It's
right?
insane.
Same thing with,
and turns out some of it might be funded by USAID. Let's not talk about that right now.
Oh my gosh.
It's a whole other discussion to be had. But I think that their costs are all in the wrong places. I think that there's some suspicious shit that goes on in these companies. I don't know where all the money goes exactly. I think they sacrifice actual integrity and actual quality for like the superficial aspects to just give them the allure of being a woke-based game company that's so cool and inclusive to black samurais and female ninjas in the 1500s that saved Japan wearing gold, eating watermelon like all black ninjas did in that time. Like that's wild. And the craziest part is they got so much backlash for the Yasuke shit. So much backlash. They are erasing Yasuke as the main character and promotional material from the game. All the promotional material of Assassin's Creed Shadows right now just has Naue, the female ninja guy. They basically completely erased this guy. So now they are so woke, bro. They are so cool. They are erasing black people from their video games.
So fucking insane.
They're such losers.
Insane.
They're such pussies. Yeah. They folded under zero pressure. It was incredible.
Yeah, they like, oh my gosh, it's just like,
dude, this is like the Kanye West clip where Kanye West said, "And I went and I saw a doctor. Now I'm not going to tell you what ethnicity that doctor was from. It was a Jewish doctor." That's my favorite clip on the internet. Adolf Hitler went crazy on that one. That was crazy.
Oh my gosh, that's fucking insanity. What a world we live in.
Folded under zero pressure. No,
and that is such like the big fucking issue. Like, it's just like what was the point of even grandstanding on this perspective?
Well,
and then
they
of course
they'd get away with it. They thought they would be able to peddle this shit. They'd get their brownie points of being, cool and hip and inclusive and shit. They'll get Japan brownie points. They'll get inclusivity brownie points, and they'll just win on all fronts. And unfortunately, people just aren't interested in that bullshit grandstanding anymore.
Yeah,
it's not working. Yep. Now, let me introduce you to another character in this game, all right? We introduced you to the historically inaccurate Black Samurai Yasuke. We've also introduced you to the historically inaccurate Kunoichi Naue. Allow me to introduce you to Yaya. Yaya is a female sumo wrestler. Now, you might think that she is the generic DEI generic fat woman that's in every single new game. They always have like a Concord-looking creature. There were also no female sumo wrestlers. In fact,
I was gonna say I don't think there's any female. I was like, I don't think there is still female wrestlers. Is there?
I don't believe there are. In fact, it's apparently. Listen, this ain't me. This is Japan, historically accurate Japan.
Yeah.
Female sumo wrestlers apparently were like super disrespectful to the sport because there was like like people had so much respect for sumo. Like sumo is like an incredibly respected sport, and they didn't have female sumo wrestlers to the point that once there were these two female people performing like some sort of sumo, and they got injured. They didn't let paramedics heal them because women should not be doing sumo wrestling. Like, you don't understand.
Shit.
Like, it's like such a big slap in the face of the culture. And then they introduce Yaya as female sumo wrestler. And you know the craziest part about Yaya specifically?
Yeah.
Her backstory is that she's a Buddhist warrior monk.
What? What is
Did you know that Buddhist warrior monks only eat vegetables? So you're telling me you have a sumo wrestler, all right, massive fat lady over here, only eating vegetables, bro? Stop!
Did they just gut out the entire storytelling division? Like, is that what's happening?
I didn't even talk about the story. I don't even know what happens in the goddamn game. Every superficial part. It's all.
I was gonna say. Yeah, I was gonna say, clearly the lore bits you've told me are completely off. They literally could have went, this is crazy for me to say. They literally could have went to ChatGPT and came up with a better, more cohesive, more lore accurate fucking storytelling than what I'm listening to right now.
No, but the craziest thing is, it's obviously the plot. Think about it, right? You have the black dude main character. You have the ninja chick main character. And you have the fat girl character. Bro, these are just generic Concord archetypes of people. It goes to show that they don't care. They don't actually give a shit about the culture. They don't give a shit about anything. Yeah. They want the brownie points of just slopping their way through
it definitely sounds like they care about the brownie points and they care about nothing else. Because like, again, I don't really get or care about like what people's physique looks like in the game. Like, matter of fact, the more customization I have in a character creation screen, the better, because the more of a monstrosity I can create.
Yeah,
and that's fun. Let me do that. If I want to create that, great. But like when it becomes a scenario,
these are characters. Yeah. Like for the most part, when it comes to like character creation, you play as your self-insert. You know. Like, I'll name myself Big Balls and I'll penetrate the government. You know what I'm saying? But
neither of which you have. Damn, that's savage.
Wow, you just lied. Anyway, so the craziest thing is when it comes to self-insert, you can do whatever you want.
Twilight Zone moment, guys. Start the theories. What did he mean?
I have big balls and I penetrated the government?
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, the point is these characters are dog shit. Like, they're such obvious pandering, virtue signaling, boring, bullshit, cringe characters.
Yep. It definitely feels like they literally
people didn't
it feels like they were just using these archetypes as a just again for brownie points. That's all it feels like. The lore on the characters doesn't make sense. It literally,
it's humiliating.
None of it makes sense. Yeah.
And it's humiliating to the franchise, it's humiliating to your fans, and honestly,
it's disgraceful. Yeah, it's fucking an insult.
When this shit explodes, I am going to be so happy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be so fun.
It is curious. Like, I wonder if they'll just end up selling off their like gaming division or whatever. I'm curious to see what they'll end up doing.
The thing is, so many people are so upset.
They should be. For like every fucking reason in the book.
Also, I think it's dissuading other companies from doing this. That's another reason why this is important. If Concord would succeed, do you know how many more Concords we would get?
Oh, fucking like shit ton.
Literally, because A, it's propaganda that they want to be pushing, and B, it succeeded, right? So I think these decisions should cost them, and at least as a deterrent from other people pulling this crap. And I'm not gonna lie, this has been very fun. They got to the point that they actually had to they whitewashed their cast on the they erased the black character in the freaking promotional material. It's so funny.
That's so fucking hilarious.
Listen, he's my goodness, such a good assassin. You can't even find him in the promotional material.
It's so fucking insane. Like, it's so, like, you're, like, yes, I am glad for the backlash, because this is something that is pretty common in, like, gamer
Where's your
culture, even
empathy
growing up.
now, ho?
No, I still have empathy for the individual parts.
Yeah,
of
no,
course
I
I
know,
do.
I know, me too.
But, yeah,
I was
like,
just saying,
I mean, yeah, because, like, I mean, this is something that, this is where the weird thing, I don't know, I think things are going to start getting really bloody now. But, like, even back in the day, when gaming was still more of its like infant stages and stuff like that, like politics tried to turn gamers against each other. Like, Republicans hated Mass Effect. Why? Because there was gay people in it.
No,
like
they
Manhunt.
Pokemon. Pokemon was satanic. Remember that?
Yup, Pokemon was satanic. Fucking Manhunt, like guns, like people didn't kill people. It was Manhunt that killed people. Like,
Yeah,
there
no,
was
that
so
was like
many times.
It's so funny because like on the Republican side, it was like gay people in video games. It was satanic Pokemon shit, and then on the left side, it was like guns.
Yeah.
Honestly, the left literally it bought the whole media. So at this point, it's all coming from them. Literally all of it.
It's like, it's so fucking crazy. Like, so this is really honestly nothing new. It really isn't anything new. They are just, politics are just trying to turn people against each other. And I do hope that, like, gamers do get to a point where, and it looks like we are. It looks like we are, because, again, there is no fucking point to, like, the problem with, by the sounds of it, with Shadows is that they double, triple, quadruple down on claiming that it was historically accurate, and very clearly they didn't do 2 cents of fucking research into the thing. And again, we're back to the original thing.
I think that's a part of it.
It's so annoying. It's so, especially in the gaming sphere, it's so fucking annoying to listen to these people tell us, like, oh, you don't know what you want. We know what you want. Like, fucking Blizzard again. Blizzard has gotten a lot better, quote unquote. But, like, again, we're back to the Diablo Immortals shit. Like, when they released Immortals and they fucking announced it, and everybody was like, everybody in the fucking BlizzCon area was like, the fuck?
Yeah.
And literally they doubled down and they were like, don't you have phones? And it's like, that's not the fucking point. Like, that was never the point. Like, what do you fucking mean? And it's just like, it's so annoying listening to these, anything. Like, these companies, these fucking news reporters, it's so annoying to, like, have them preaching about, we know what you want, you don't know what you want. Fuck you, I'm the gamer. I fucking know what I want in a video game.
It's so fun to hear you getting angry at people that aren't me.
I know, it doesn't happen often.
Yeah, but
like,
no, I'm with you. I'm with you. It's not just the tripling down. I think the tripling down is a part of it. Like, it's like a huge ego shit, but it's the posturing. It's the I'm better than you attitude.
Yes.
It's the you need to be as wholesome and good as me. I am the good guy here. You are the villain.
Yeah.
You're the racist, right? You complain about this, you're racist. Not just your criticism is invalid, not just what you don't have phones. You're a racist if you complain about Assassin's Creed, right? That's their argument. Like,
and here's the thing. Like,
no one's gonna vote for. You know why people voted for Trump? They called him Hitler. They called him Hitler for a decade, and he didn't kill no Jews. All right.
Yeah.
It obviously didn't work. It failed, and no one likes being constantly berated that you voted for Trump, you're a Nazi. Well, fuck you. I don't want to have anything to do with you.
Yep. Exactly. Like, and like the thing about it too is, like, again, I don't care if there is a fat person in my video game. I do not care if there's a skinny person in my video game. What I do care about is the option to make whatever the fuck I want in the situation.
For me, it's also, like, I don't care if there's a fat person in a video game if it makes sense for the character to be a fat person.
Yep.
All right? But don't make fat superheroes in video games that are supposed to be, superheroes, all right? Or, like, to have a fat sumo wrestler, or if that makes sense. I'm all for that.
Like gluttony or something like that. But, like, have a good,
absolutely.
no, but have a good thing.
It has to make sense. It has to actually have some love to it, not just like, we need a generic person for our fat people quota.
Yeah, and that, like, back to, like, what you originally said, too. Like, it is that annoying thing where it's like one or the other. Like, they're trying to force this one or the other. It's like, oh, well, if you want fat people, you don't want, like, chiseled Adonises. No, I'm like, let me have both. Like, dude, I've looked at Venom's ass. Baby, look at that bad boy. Fucking Greek gods can't even compete with that ass. Like, I'm okay with insanely chiseled men. I'm insane. You are. True. Accurate. Accurate. Like, I'm okay with slutmog. As a matter of fact, Blizzard can add some more fucking slutmog. I'm okay with that. Like, I'm okay with the whole spectrum. It's not like it's not a one or the other situation. It's not an A or a B road. It's like if you like chiseled gods, then you hate skinny people. No, that's not it. Care if they're all here.
Nah,
Let me
bro.
have all of them.
For me,
I'm greedy.
It's a matter of if it makes sense. If it makes sense
Yes,
in the
yes.
lore, if it fits, if there's a fat person because the story calls for a fat person, I don't care. Okay?
Yep.
But if this is
Yep.
going to be some sort of sexy ninja fighter and you get a fat lady as your sexy ninja fighter, it's like, bro, she ain't jumping, she ain't flipping, all right? She has diabetes.
She rolling.
Right? She
rolling. Polling.
rolling, patrolling, right? She ain't fucking jumping and doing splits and shit. I don't want to be rude here, but she's fat.
Yep. Yep. And
no hate to fat people, but you're not superheroes.
Yeah. Yep. And it's just it is that whole just make it make sense. But they don't want to even
love.
take
It's not just about trying to find a way to fit it into history. Right?
Yep.
It's not even about that.
Make it with love. Make it with passion.
How obvious the grandstanding is.
Yeah. Yep.
And they've been doing it for years, and people don't want any more of this. They have some other things, like, for example, Portuguese NPCs come to Japan in Assassin's Creed Shadows, and you're not able to like hurt them, right? If you slice at them, your sword like goes right through them. For example, like you can't actually affect them, but you could walk into a temple and massacre a bunch of priests there, GTA style.
Holy shit!
Like, why? And
why indeed?
And then they make the argument, well, we don't kill the priests. It's the player that pushes the buttons that kills the priests. And it's like, true, valid, you're right. But why can't the player push the buttons kill the Portuguese people? Because they put no fucking thought in this shit.
Yeah.
Like, oh god.
Yep. I know.
Anyway,
I'm with you.
In regards to some funny internal leaks that I just mentioned that I wanted to say. Some I've heard directly, some I've heard through people. Apparently in the conference rooms, they if someone referred to the main character as he or she, they would get like axed. You had to refer to them as she he, not he she he. And the thing is, there are certain parts of the game with the parkour that they force you into playing as Naue, the female character, as opposed to Yasuke, the male character, because apparently they were upset that 65% of players played the male characters in previous Assassin's Creed games, so they wanted to force people to play the female characters.
Yep, and that's the fucking problem.
Like, what are you doing? What's the point of the game? Is it to have a good time playing the game? Or is it because, oh yes, we want to force you into a female body every once in a while to make sure you're aware and respect them? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
like,
that is
insanity.
It is. It's fucking insanity. Especially because it's like statistic driven, right? Because like, sure, if you have a story, because I've been in many like video games where like you body swap to like get a different perspective of the story of like what's going on from a different character's angle and stuff like that. That makes sense.
But when it's just generic gameplay.
When you literally fucking look at the data and you're like, oh man, too many people chose the guy. We need to that is so it's so annoying.
Anti-player. It's anti the player base.
Yep.
You
like,
can't you can't put it in any other context. That is literally purely designed to spite the player base.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Like, oh my gosh, I just had like a fucking rant about like, because in WoW too, like it was pretty common, especially because like women got like a lot of harassment in WoW and everything. So like there literally is chicks that would like play as male characters, or like they would lie about being a girl.
Because that's their choice.
No. Let me finish though. Let me finish. That the equivalent of what you just talked about is literally if Blizzard looked at the data and was like, you know what? Too many females are playing male characters, so we're gonna IP lock them into their female role. So like, do you know how ridiculous that fucking sounds?
That sounds
like,
awful, dude.
Yeah, it's exact. Like,
I don't know if I'd say
like
that this is an exact equivalent, but it
sounds just as insane though, right?
For me,
like,
it's complete insanity. Like, why would you do this?
Like Ubisoft looked at the fucking data and was like, too many people are playing the male character. It's time to force them to play the female one. Like,
this is the gate of no penises. Enter here only. Like, why is this in the game, sir? Oh, no reason.
Yeah.
But it's not to give the players a better time. It's not to make a better game. It's about your like, and that's literally their only job. Their only job is to make a good game. That's literally it. I know I'm oversimplifying the game making process, but that is literally their job. Everything you should be doing should be literally targeted towards making the game a better game.
Yep.
This
and
is not actually that.
Yeah, we're about to segue just really quick, which will be like 40 minutes, of course.
No
but like it's very interesting because we currently have like a Rivals versus Overwatch situation happening right now, and Overwatch tends to take more of that mechanical approach, that data-driven decision making, where they're looking at the data and then they're like, okay, we're making decisions based on that.
Overwatch fell off.
And well, one of the things that like a lot of Overwatch players is like, just make the game fun. Like, yes, I will hands down say Overwatch from a technical standpoint blows Rivals out of the fucking water. Like them having their own engine, them being able, like, it blows Rivals out of the water from a back-end technical standpoint. But Rivals is more fun to me. Like, I just have fun playing Rivals. I know it's a mess. I know the balancing sucks. I know the maps are like skewed to like certain like there's advantage for like the defending team. I know all that. But you know what? I have fun going on to Rivals and just playing some games. Whereas like Overwatch feels so mechanical, even though the back end is so much more pristine. I feel like I go on and I'm like partaking in a machine.
And I appreciate the analogy, but it's not even that Assassin's Creed is doing this to make the back end more pristine. This is
but they're like they're data driven, right? Like they're looking
anti-player.
At data.
They look at the data and they're like, yes, the players aren't cool enough with playing as females. They're probably misogynist. Let's force them into playing as females. It's like, but you. I don't want to just look at something they say and immediately come up with some sort of theory as to why they're saying what they say. But all the evidence really points to the fact that they are trying to grandstand. They're trying to grandstand. Look at everyone playing as female characters, our games. Look at our black samurais and fat sumo wrestler ladies. Like, it just feels that way. And they call you a racist if you point it out, which is a great strategy and not really working out well for them. Another internal leak. Right? I got two more internal leaks. You're gonna love it.
Hell yeah.
The other internal leak I got, again, not claiming the authenticity of any of these things, just this is shit that I heard. There's gonna be a samurai ronin named Ibuki.
I don't know what.
Ibuki is you know what a ronin is? It's like a samurai for hire kind of person. And
Ibuki like is a higher ranking samurai.
No, for hire, not a high ranking. Like it's a wandering samurai individual. Ibuki is apparently non-binary. I don't know if that's true. It's just a leak. I don't think non-binary was a thing in the 1500s in Japan. Or maybe
it definitely wasn't.
And even if it was a thing, it was definitely not like talked to. Like people didn't talk about that shit.
That's probably a better way of saying it. Yeah. If it was there, it wasn't talked about.
Yeah, definitely not. So like that's another thing. Again, it's a leak. I don't know if it's true, but like, again, if it is true, it's disgusting levels of grandstanding. Like gross levels of just putting your shit and your ideologies into a video game where it really has no reason to be there. And the third leak that I heard was that their strategy to appease the critics is to claim that they're listening and fixing things, but they're not actually planning on actually fixing anything about the game, except changing the advertising to focus more on Naue instead of Yasuke, but they're not actually planning on fixing things even when they say they are, which, you know, if that's true, it's fraud. It's fake advertising.
Well, that's all they have left. They're literally at the bottom of the barrel at this point.
They're like so cooked. And they're cooked, and they're dying, and they're blaming you. The racist gamers.
True. Damn, us racist gamers are crazy. I can't believe we're so racist.
We're so racist wild. And gaming. No, but like, this is why they die. Now, the funny thing is, like, so all these leaks, I mean, they're just kind of not surprising based on the track that it's good going on. Like, it's driving off a cliff really quickly, and none of this is, like, that surprising. But it's definitely funny to see, like, the theory that they're literally just morally grandstanding, pushing fucking ideologies and shit where it shouldn't belong. Like, it's a repeating sickness here. It's like it's a disease that infected every bit of this game and Ubisoft as a whole. And they're gonna pay for it now.
Yeah, they probably will, for sure.
Yeah, and you heard of
if they haven't already.
Well, they have, but they'll keep paying for it. This might very well be their last game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
Really I do like
good.
genuinely hope that they end up, because I don't know, is Ubisoft its own like standing thing, or are they owned by like a bigger company?
I think they're their own standing thing. They're in Montreal, of course, and ironically, there's two big game companies in Montreal. There's Ubisoft and Taku. You know the hentai games?
No.
Yeah, so Taku, their ads are everywhere. The hentai game website. Now, Taku is doing incredibly well. It's one of the most successful game companies in the world. I don't know anything about it aside from the fact that they're making insane money.
I bet you don't know.
Yeah, now the irony is, like, they are like complete polar opposites. Like, this is like objectifying to the nth degree. Like, literally super objectifying video games shit. It's like they have games like go on this quest to save the maiden, and then you have sex with the maiden. You know, it's like
hot,
bro. And then it's like next mission with a new maiden on your side, and all of your servant maidens on with you. Like, they follow you around and whatever. Like that's like the generic.
You know a lot about these games. You want to keep telling us about them?
I've been sponsored by Taku in the past.
You've done your research, I see, huh?
I told you, I do research. My dad's very proud that I'm not a doctor. So, looping back to that. Yeah. But the point is, ironically, these two games in the same city, one of them is hyper successful. One of the most successful video game industry, one of the most successful video game companies in the world. People don't really, it's not like talked about much because it's like hentai games, but it's one of the most successful video game companies. And then on the flip side, you got Ubisoft literally floundering and dying. Polar opposite.
Yeah, because like
pretty funny.
It's all about the passion. Like, it's all about the passion. I bet these guys that are making the hentai games,
they're not passionate. They're not passionate.
They're like, I bet the hentai game people, they're
just
real
say, all right,
passionate.
how can we make a good how can we make a clickbait advertisement that we can slap on porn sites to bring people here?
Yeah, they probably have if you don't goon 10 times to this brand new character, you're not passionate enough about this character. Make a new one. That's probably their quota. That's probably their measurement.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, look at Love in Deep Space, though. That's like a huge phenomenon that's happening right now. That's also showcasing, like, chicks also like to goon. Like, we're not some, like, we like looking at, fucking abs and shit stuff too, yeah.
Big balls penetrated the government. No, listen, we're living in a glorious time of society where ultimately capitalism wins again, because it always does. And we're recognizing the fact that if you make a product that people are going to want to pay for, that's going to succeed. And if you make a product that's shit, it's going to die. And I think it's a good lesson to learn, because honestly, I think that the goal of people making these video games should be making good shit that people will want to pay for, that could pay them, and that they could make some money, and that they could work on their next game. You know?
Yep. Exactly.
I'm just happy that we didn't get like a Warhammer adaptation before this point, because I'm still praying that we get like a fucking goated Warhammer franchise coming at it.
I'm pretty sure, isn't Space Marines Warhammer?
Yeah, I mean, like in the video game adaptation world, like they're making like a TV show for it.
Oh, interesting.
So I am praying we don't get like a Velma or whatever. Yeah.
You know what? I hope we get a Velma, because I want to see your heart and soul shattered as you have to react to it.
I will react it, and I will shit all over it if we get a Velma.
We'll hear his tears. You'll be like, it could have been so much better.
Maybe. Listen, maybe I'm just standing here tall, making fun of the poor people whose dreams are being crushed, because I've never been in that position. But I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah, it probably won't. I mean, video game adaptations have been doing a lot better in recent history, kind of thing. Hit or miss, it seems like. I mean, I guess Halo wasn't the greatest one either. But...
Bro, Halo! Oh my god, you're not ready for this news. Halo, the new executive person working at Halo is the person that was from Concord. They got the Concord person to take over Halo.
No.
Yes. That's a real thing. It just got announced like this week. Yeah. How you doing? You okay? You alive in there?
No.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, the bar was already really low. I can't. I didn't think it could go lower, but here we are.
What was the name of that? There was another video game adaptation that like completely failed this year, like the worst movie of the year by everyone's metric.
I'll probably know if I hear it, but I can't think of it right now. I know Halo is just very shattering. Like, I remember the controversy with Halo and literally the moment he took off his helmet and they, like, again, it's the company being like, doing that bullshit thing where it's like, we know what you want more than you know what you want. And we're like, we're the ones who played fucking Halo. What do you fucking mean? Like, shut up. Like, get out of here. Like, to every single developer in the fucking planet, here's some wise words of fucking wisdom. If you say the words, we know better than you, get out of your position. Because you don't.
True. Ultimately, it's the audience that needs to decide if it's actually a good movie, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's such a headache.
Borderlands! That's the
Oh, yeah.
massive failure.
Yeah, that just makes sense. Yeah, I haven't played Borderlands in a very long time. I played like Borderlands 1, a little bit of 2 maybe.
But that was the dog shit that came out this year. No, there are definitely some good video game adaptations, but there's also so many bad ones. I think that the standout obviously is Arcane. I think is like the best video game adaptation probably ever made.
Say that again. Sorry, you cut out.
Arcane.
Oh yeah. Riot fucking went hard on Arcane. Holy shit.
Fallout was pretty good too. Like that was.
Oh yeah, Fallout was really good. I think the first season of Last of Us was also really good.
Last of Us was good. But like, so we definitely do get some like decent ones, but there's just so much slop.
Mm-hmm. The first season of Witcher was amazing as well.
Oh, The Witcher is like a classic failure. A classic failure. Seasons 2 and then 3. Ugh.
Yep. Once again, a whole scenario of you guys don't know what you want, and then the community was like,
let's
bet you
replace
fuckers.
the Witcher, the main character. Yeah, let's swap him out for random other person that no one gives a shit about.
The man that was arguably super passionate about the entire series. They were like, yeah, this dude doesn't know what he's fucking talking about.
Believe it or not, it was the same issue. It's the same idea of needing to promote the girl boss instead of the badass man guy. Like. Yeah. Guys, make a story that's good. Stop with this. Like, for your own sake.
Yep, there can literally be badasses across the fucking spectrum. Stop trying to force it just because you don't like the data.
There's so many badass women out there. Like, not you, but like there are.
Wait.
Oh, God, I beat you to that one. Holy shit, that was incredible.
Oh, no, we're becoming a hive mind. You're learning too much.
Yeah, but there are some like actual really cool badass female characters in different shows and different stories. And just shoving them randomly in places where they don't belong, that ain't it, bro. That ain't it.
That definitely is not it. That definitely is
not. Dude, look at Arcane.
In the slightest.
Arcane has like lesbians. It has strong female characters.
10 out of 10.
It has like no one complained. Oh, Arcane is woke and cringe. No one said that shit. You know why? Because Arcane was fucking great.
Because it was well written. It was fucking well written. It had great animation. It was everything about it was wonderful. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Same thing with like Cyberpunk.
Maybe the rushed ending. Whatever. But
I feel the same way about. I think Cyberpunk could have went with like maybe like a full like 21 episodes rather than because it felt like it was rushed as well, but it was like good. Yeah.
I was okay. Like I wouldn't.
I felt like it. I felt like it was rushed as well. Yeah, good watch is definitely what I would go with. Like, it felt rushed. I feel like it really, like, it could have been way better if it had if it was given a few more episodes to, like, slow down some parts and, like, really flush out some moments. But, like, they just, like, it felt like they were just trying to, like, rush it all the way through.
Yeah,
but yeah, another example of like again, there was a very diverse cast of people. Nobody called Ed Rogers fucking woke.
Yeah, no one cared. No one cared. It's a good show.
Yeah.
Like ultimately, that makes the difference like every single time, and they just ain't. This just ain't it with Assassin's Creed Shadows. Like based on everything you're seeing, the decisions that they're making about this game are not for the sake of the game being a good game.
Yeah.
And they're getting cooked, and it's wonderful. I love it so much. Good downfall.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna get really, really fucking cooked.
Yeah, I love that. And also, the other fun little drama to add to the shit pile that is this whole situation. You know, the USAID stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently, like they've been funding like random cringe stuff across the. They paid millions of dollars for an Iraqi version of Sesame Street for whatever reason. or like
An Iraqi version of what?
Sesame Street.
Huh?
You didn't hear about this?
Oh no, I don't. I know of the situation, but like I said, I'm too busy playing video games. I don't have time to pay attention to like.
Yeah, fair enough. Whatever. Anyway, so they've been doing that. They paid for millions of dollars for Iraqi Sesame Street, among other things. It also turns out they were funding like Politico and a lot of like these journalist people, like Anita Sarkeesian. They paid crazy amounts of money to all these people that were literally writing like the anti-Gamergate stuff. Like they were actually fueling this culture war. So I would not be surprised if some of these games that weren't making back money based on the amount they were putting into the game, they were making back money from the American fucking government.
Yeah, they might have been, for real.
Otherwise, where the fuck did $400 million go in Concord? Like, where did that money go?
Yeah, very real point on that. Seriously, like, I just want to go back into a time when people made video games because they were passionate about video games. Fucking, oh my gosh. I mean, it's a strategy.
You know the best way. You know the best way to get back to that time.
Downfalls.
Let's go. All of the downfalls. We keep getting them. A failure here and a failure there. All the downfalls.
Everything burns.
It'll let it burn around you. From the ashes, a phoenix will rise and create a beautiful video game. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
I mean,
they're gonna realize at some point that they just have to make good stuff if they want to actually continue surviving. Yes. Yeah. All the downfalls.
And don't get me wrong, like especially because like at the end of the day, the indie scene is thriving. The indie scene is going good. I mean, Baldur's Gate 3, phenomenal video game.
That was
like,
an indie game.
Like there's definitely, I know, but I'm just saying like in general.
No,
like,
there are definitely still good video games. Baldur's Gate, Elden Ring, you know, we do still get some classics now and again. I mean, Marvel Rivals. Are
you gonna play the new DLC for Elden Ring?
Am I gonna play? Of course, I played the DLC for Elden Ring.
No, the new one. Isn't there a new one like Shadow something?
Night Rain? Yeah, it's not going to be a DLC. It's a different game. It's like going to have a different style.
Oh, that's fancy. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see what it's like when it happens. Very excited now that Sony bought fucking FromSoft. Fuck those mother shitters. Anyway,
look at that. I didn't know that. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, love that. Yeah, that Concord money going crazy. So anyway, time will tell. But I do think that listen, this whole video has ultimately, been talking about Assassin's Creed Shadows shitting the bed. But also, and more importantly, it has been a love letter from me to Downfalls. I love Downfalls.
Oh, I thought it was a love letter to me.
Definitely not.
Well, I am a downfall, though. Think about that.
Mine.
Maybe it is. Exactly. Maybe it is a love letter to me. Maybe it's all the deep state Taku secretly.
Yeah. No, well, we definitely appreciate you being here, but
let's get the conspiracy theories rolling, boys. Let's go.
I do love conspiracy theories, and I do love Downfalls, and I hope that I've been able to get across to you exactly why I love Downfalls so much. Downfalls are needed to pave the way to a glorious future, a glorious evolution.
I actually don't. I think you're just like lying straight up to everybody and yourself, because I've been trying to get you to choke me dead for a very, very long time, but you seem to not have like the capacity to do that. So I think you're pretending you like suffering, but like I'm over here like
anything to do with Downfalls. You're a masochist. Choking you would not tickle my sadist core at all.
You're not.
Think of it this way, Hermes. If you hated it, it might have happened already. Anyway, that's been our 69 minutes. Welcome to the new episode.
No, don't
welcome
choke
to our new
me.
episode.
No.
Thank you for being here. Next week, we'll see what we talk about. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be crazy. Definitely subscribe. Check out Hermes on her Twitch, on her YouTube. She makes content. She's the video game person. I'm the slop, chaos, explosion, downfall person. Hell yeah, definitely.
I'm training for a rivals tournament now. Yeah, gaming, but I normally do horror gaming content. Yay,
Tune in next time.
I also leak every single one of my conversations with Nux live on stream.
She's also insufferable and doesn't stop talking ever. So if you want to have someone talk for literally infinite time, definitely check her out. She's so good at talking. She even out talks others. Like she'll do like the whole fucking deep throat microphone strategy in order to win conversations. And by her win conversations means just keeps yapping.
Yeah, the women's strategy. You just keep talking until the other person shuts up. Yeah.
She will talk longer than you will live. Definitely subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Probably video game downfall related.
Right. Right into yay!
More devils.
Let's go.
Stay weird,
Woo!
fam.
Bye.